Welcome to 5 Minutes of X, where two books share a plot, Marvel shrugs, and the crossover fairy calls in sick. Today we're reviewing two issues that share the same plot and somehow aren't a crossover. Both X-Men number 29 and the Avengers number 37 hit shelves on December 8th, 1966. X-Men was drawn by Werner Roth, Avengers by Don Heck, but both were written by Roy Thomas. So how did this happen? I have no idea, but let's get into it. We open with a splash page with a pouting Scott, a skeevy Warren, Bobby looking like he wandered in from Riverdale, and Cal being an ass as usual. We see the X-Peeps go ice skating without Scott, who is going to take a walk in the woods and sulk about his eyes. He pops off the ruby quartz glasses and tests them peepers, causing an avalanche that notifies a supervillain in hiding of their presence. The Super-Adaptoid is his name. He boasts to himself about having powers of 4 Avengers. Then we see Hank, Jean, Cal, and Warren pack up and leave while Bobby stays behind to skate without the skates. Wearing them, he kept falling down. And now alone, he is confronted by this Super-Adaptoid. Iceman snows him and heads back to the mansion to alert our team. When he arrives, though, all the X-Men are inexplicably in their X uniforms, and none of them believe the story that Iceman is telling. We've never seen Bobby lie to the team or even exaggerate, so this is super out of character, and we have a few panels of training where Cal argues with everyone, and then the Super-Adaptoid confronts the team. Fight ensues, where the Super-Adaptoid uses the wings from the Wasp, a green version of Cap's shield, and some arrows a la Hawkeye. We never see the 4th Avenger power he has. The Super-Adaptoid takes out everyone except for the Mimic, who wants to join the Super-Adaptoid? I don't know. But it doesn't work, and they both try to take each other's powers, which also fails. It turns out it's because the Super-Adaptoid is a robot, but a battle ensues that ends with both Mimic and the Super-Adaptoid losing it all. Mimic is saved by Angel, who catches him mid-fall, and the Super-Adaptoid falls into the water, both semi-powerless. The X-Men do not follow the Super-Adaptoid. Cal admits to Cyclops that he's been a jerk and delivers a super cheesy line about friendship to the end of the issue. In Avengers number 37, we pick up with Goliath, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, and Hawkeye, boy, I'm glad I remembered all those names, still trapped in those glass tubes from last issue, while Cap and Black Widow are passed out on the floor. There's no cylinder for Widow, so they decide to take her somewhere else, but Cap gets tossed in a tube with the rest. We get a little backstory on Ixar, the villain in the Flying Saucer from issue 36. There was a huge war many years ago, and while Ixar's side was winning, he was dying, so his consciousness was uploaded into a computer. Now he can steal powers from superheroes, which is why he wanted the Avengers in the first place, to take powers from Captain America, Wasp, Hawkeye, Quicksilver, and the Scarlet Witch. And just to be clear, Ixar is a different villain than the Super-Adaptoid. Completely different character. These two issues were written by the same human man for the same comic book company and came out on the same day. Why not set the Avengers issue first and have Ixar, the Super-Adaptoid? It doesn't matter which, since they're both throwaway villains. Why don't we have one of them take the powers, then set the X-Men issue second and use the same villain, thereby having a crossover? Then every nerd who likes one comic or the other is going to buy both. I have no words. It's like they don't want money. It's just insane to me. Okay, anyway. The Flying Saucer takes off with the Avengers in it. Goliath, who has regained his ability to change size. By the way, hold on. I still have questions from a few issues ago. When he gets big or shrinks, what happens to... You know. But anyway, he shrinks it down and breaks himself, and then the others out of the tubes, and then shrinks himself or grews himself back up to 10 feet again. The team now needs to save Black Widow and the Burgermeister, that mayor from the small town where all this started. That town, by the way, is the same one where the villagers tried to kill Wanda when she first got her powers. And Magneto swooped in to save her, and we saw that panel over and over again a few months ago. That's what kicked off this whole mess to begin with. It's also the town where Wanda and Pietro went back in order to regain their powers. I hadn't really thought about that before, but that's weird, right? Magneto saves Wanda from a mob of pitchfork-wielding muggles, and later she returns there to recharge. I guess the villagers like her now? I don't understand it. But anyway, no time to plan saving Widow and the Burgermeister as Ixar appears, and a fight to the death ensues. I have one more side street to take here in this issue. During this fight, the Wasp is shown stinging Ixar in the forehead. Where is the stinger? It doesn't appear to be in her butt. She's a very handsome young lady with no apparent needle-like appendage or deformity. I just have so many anatomy questions about the Avengers. I'm sorry. The fight goes on for a bit, and there is a lot of back and forth. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver do really well, though Quicksilver does get knocked out at one point. We end up getting Black Widow back, and then the big reveal, the Burgermeister is the human form of Ixar. Whatever. The Avengers can't kill him because of their rules, but Black Widow does not have this problem. But before she can kill him, he lets the Avengers go back down to Earth and promises never to return, so she doesn't have to. These two issues make me tired. Both are okay on their own, but nothing special. I'm also just so bothered by this villainous missed opportunity that I struggle to keep it together, really. I recently introduced the certified banger explosion, and now I'm wondering if I should add some sort of certified blunder badge. But yeah, it's just not the best we've seen. That's all. It's okay. Well, you've survived another session in the Danger Room. For more character info, reading lists, and what other nerdy projects I'm tangled up in, head on over to Jordy.com. New episodes drop Wednesdays at noon and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. Remember, I ask the size changing questions in public. My mom makes the Marge noise. Balance is restored.